Good morning, friends. Good morning. So glad to see that some of you are live, and always happy to see those of you who catch by video. It's Atmadarshan or Laura, continuing our year-long sadhana on the Bhagavad Gita, a key text of yoga, and its core teaching of equanimity, samatvam. The Gita says when we've achieved equanimity, we have achieved the goal of yoga. So today, I'd like to talk about an aspect of equanimity that's not usually mentioned, and that is equanimity with regards to time. And I'm thinking of this because a couple of you have given me feedback. You like the stories about the symbolism, and you're interested in learning more about intentions. So this is for you especially. Each character in the Gita, as I've mentioned, can symbolize a part of us. And one character that really appeals to me is Abhimanyu. He's mentioned in chapter 1 as a son of Draupadi, who is Arjun's wife. And Abhimanyu represents our youthful naivety and innocence, which is so appealing. Abhimanyu is about 16 when this big war starts, and he's got a wife, and the wife is pregnant, and he's highly respected. He's Arjun's son. He knows just as much about warfare as Arjun himself, the hero of the Gita, and he's younger, so he's got like more time ahead of him, more potential. Well, during the war, he is, committed to fighting fair. He knows all these advanced techniques. So he goes after some of the most dangerous enemies that face him. And no surprise, those enemies, seeing his prowess and skill, are impressed and then realize the only way they can win is to cheat. So they do. And by cheating, they kill this young man and rob him of his potential, rob Arjun and his family of so much potential, so much love, rob his wife of a father for their child. And Arjun and his family are furious. And this leads to a really great confrontation that happens later in the war. But amazingly, while Arjun and his family are sad and furious, Krishna, Arjun's best friend and spiritual advisor, is actually, I don't want to say happy, but he's not distraught, and people are surprised. And part of the reason is Abhimanyu, with his naivete and innocence, represents the part of us that is always looking back and going, when I was young, I had all that potential. The world was so much better then. The world wasn't necessarily better. It's just that we were naive to all the machinations going on, but we hold on to that. And there's a wonderful quote from Anais Nin to the effect of, if we hold on to any particular point in time or any way we were at a point in time and don't move on to how we are now, this is a form of death. Many of us do, and I'm getting to that age where I do that also, look back and go, oh, I had so much potential when I was young. What happened? Why did the world seem so much better? Why am I stuck in it? And we have to develop equanimity to what we think of any aspect of time, our past, our future. The past is the past, and it is the way it is. The present is the present. The future is the future. It's essentially the same. Remember what we talked about yesterday. It's how we look at it. It's how we look at it. Where do we put our hope? Where do we put our faith? All right, so that's what we're doing today. And I'm dedicating the practice today to Sharon, who goes through life and she has struggles like all of us do. And she's always able to maintain this wonderful freshness of spirit that's inspiring, that's welcoming, that's loving. So hopefully I have equanimity. Sharon, you are you and I am I, but you do inspire me to become the best I can be. Let's do our practice. When we do the meditation, I suggest doing a heart mudra, right hand on chest, left hand on right. for self-acceptance and to really sit with yourself today and notice if you can be just as happy with yourself today as you were happy with your past self, or as you project you will be happy someday in the future. Have that joy right now, if at all possible. And I know you can do it. Let's start. Switching sides. And come into your sitting position. You can do Hriday Mudra, hands on the heart. This will be about 5 minutes. And coming back to the world as it is now, as you are now. We all need to let our Abhimanyus die so that we can embrace life as it is for us right now. And with our intentions for the year or the day, the week, the month, we have to remember to come from where we are now. And we have to let go of the intentions of our youth sometime, or what we think we'll want in our future, what serves us now. There's a blog post, I put a link up about looking at time and our relationship to the past and future with a little more equanimity. You can find that link in the comments below. If you're enjoying this, I hope you subscribe. And tomorrow, just as a heads up, I will have to be elsewhere. I've got an appointment to meet with somebody. I'm going to do my practice outside. If I can get the tech to work, it's going to be at the lake shore, which should be beautiful this time of year. So if the upcoming video looks a little different, that's because it will be on my phone, fingers crossed. I hope you can join. And speaking of equanimity with regard to time and situation, the next week is supposed to be a real roller coaster ride of weather. And we'll see how I can keep up my equanimity through that. Please join me to find out. Have a wonderful day today. See you tomorrow.